lead the way.
Oh, come on. I haven't even had coffee yet. It's brewing. I hear it. I hear its sweet melody playing in the background. Okay, so, I love seeing all of you Saturday morning. Let me just say that you are the only reason that I get up so early every Saturday morning. So feel special because my children, I tell them to go away and go back to bed. So you're special people.
Me too.
Yes. Vicky wants to know if we can forego the mandatory video as it's a recorded call.
No.
I want to see your pretty faces. If you have the option, press the video button. Do it. Do you see this monstrosity right now? Do you see it, Kay? It's happening. It's being recorded. It'll be there for a little while.
Yay! I'm so proud of you,
Vicky. All right. So today we are going to talk about bookings. So I want to show of hands who has a minimum of 8 bookings on the calendar for June. Raise your hands. 8 bookings. Just 8. Who has more than 8? Okay, so the reason I ask for 8 is there is actually a rule of thumb with video, with parties, especially for virtual ones. Have you heard this one, Danny, about one will drop, so one person will cancel, one will flop, and 2 will pay you. So out of that average of 8, right, half of those are going to be qualifying parties. And what we say when we say we want to have 8 parties a month is we want to make sure to strive for 8 qualifying parties a month. As a director, that means that that's how Danny and I are getting those $5,000 minimum in sales on our own. When you're working towards directorship, it's really great when you and your team members can all work together, right? And you power through, especially through the last days of the month to hit directorship. But what if you could have that $5,000 in sales by yourself? Then when your team members are active, and especially when they're just getting started, you don't feel that stress and strain of that, oh, I just need $200. I need to get this person active. Or you need to have them active anyways, but you need just $200 more. If you know yourself, you have a full schedule and you're working hard to get those bookings filled every month, that's going to be giving yourself a guaranteed $5,000 every month. Danny and I challenge ourselves as directors to have a minimum of $6,000 every month in personal sales. Just so that way, no matter what, we are hitting our director sales quota, so we never lose title, ever.
That is also how our paychecks, sorry, I just wanted to chime in. Nope. That's also why our paychecks are a little bit larger, because the more personal sales you submit, the higher your paycheck will be.
Does everybody know kind of how paychecks work as directors? Have you shared that with them?
I post about the director perks and everything throughout the month, as far as commissions and stuff, but I don't even think I realized how it worked until I hit director and I actually saw the breakdown. So that would be a good thing to touch on.
So really quick, let's touch on what happens to your paycheck and what exactly those perks are as becoming a director, right? That's motivating. Who doesn't love extra money and extra incentive, right? So some of the perks of directorship is bonus points for Disney, right? Who doesn't want to go to Disney World with us? I want to see all of you at Disney World with me. It's going to be chaotic, and I'm going to be owned by my children. It's not going to really be a vacation, but we will be in Florida, so that'll be good. You get those kinds of perks. You get bonuses on your paychecks, which is really nice. So when I have people join the business, they're always like, well, you just get to make more money because I'm on your team. And that is true, but it's also not true. So the majority of your paycheck will always come from your personal sales, right? Because you get a larger amount of profit from your sales. Has everybody seen the pay scale from Pampered Chef? 0 to 700 and whatever is 20% and so on and so forth. Does everybody know that at 15,000 sales, you get an automatic 2% increase? Does everybody know that? That's pretty cool. So as a directorship, you get an automatic additional 2% increase. So that means 2% more, right, Danny?
3%.
3%. Okay, 3%. So what that means is your paycheck gets bigger by 3%. So how do I go about saying this? When your team members submit sales, they go into a big pool with your sales, and that's where you get your team sales for the month, right? That's where that 3% comes into account, because you get 3% of your team sales as a whole for the month. So you get paid on your commission twice for those two different little pools, I guess, if you will. But it's a very small amount of what you actually make off of your team's commission. You actually make the majority off of your commission, which is why we really encourage you to have a full schedule and to make sure that you have parties booked consistently every single month. And then activity bonuses. So every consultant on your team that is active every month, you get a $10 bonus for that. That is a kicker that you get, which is kind of exciting.
So just to share real quick, like on our team, my personal team.
And it's only personal team.
Yeah. So like as soon as like Chelsea and Tacey broke off into their own directorship, I no longer get that activity bonus off of her or her people. She gets those. So like last month there were 23, I haven't checked, like 23 people who were active on my personal team, which means I get an extra $230 on my paycheck, you guys. So it adds up. And there was one thing that Judy Joel said to me one day, because I get this a lot where people are like, wow, 3% or like 1% or like the percentage of things. They're like, that doesn't seem like a lot. And I told her that. I was like, people tell me this all the time. Like, what do I say to them? She goes, well, the best way I can say to look at it is a little bit of a lot is still a lot. And I look at that now because if you guys know our senior executive, soon to be national executive director, Kristen Waringa, her paycheck, this is where I would have to say the majority of her paycheck isn't from her personal sales. I'll give her that. Her paychecks are between $10,000 and $12,000 a month, you guys. And she's making the percentage off of her entire organization. So a little bit of a lot is a lot, you guys. Just say she has $2,000 in personal commissions. Well, the $10,000 is coming from her entire team. So the more you build, the more the little bit is going to be a lot.
So I'll let Danny continue forward with bookings since I kind of touched on the importance of bookings.
Yes. So the reason, like Trisha said, the reason we want you guys to have that full schedule. So when we say 8+ shows a month, the reasoning behind that, one, of course, is because you want to have those sales and you want to have that higher personal commission. But when we have 8+ shows a month, if you're wanting the directorship, if you're wanting to promote, you need those potential people in front of you that could potentially be your new team members. And our number one potential new team member is always going to be our hosts, because as we're going through our parties, we're showing them how fun the business is, how easy the business can be, and just the perks of being on such an active, supportive team. I mean, we can tell people that as we're going through, like, the reason we have all of these shows on the books is to build the team that you guys are wanting to hit the directorship. If we only have 2 or 3 shows a month, you're like, okay, where am I going to find my new team members? Well, they're going to be in the parties. They're going to be your hosts. They're going to be your guests. They're going to be your future hosts. They're going to be your future guests. So when we start to focus on that side, I'm going to kind of get off topic a little bit because I keep trying to find a way to like tell everybody this, because I feel like when we're brand new, I know there's a couple of you on here that are like super brand new. And when I was new, I was like, how am I supposed to get the audience? How am I supposed to sell? Like, I'm not a salesperson. Who am I going to sell to? Well, when I stopped focusing on who I was trying to find to sell to and focused on booking parties, that is what I do. I book parties. I don't sell products. I book parties. Because when you book parties, you have the audience in front of you. And if people are attending a party, you don't have to find the person to sell to. They're already in front of you and they chose to be there. So when you truly just tweak your brain and try to focus on booking parties instead of trying to post on your Facebook to sell the products. I mean, of course we can still do that because we're going to have friends and family and our new friends and new family members that we're adding to our personal pages or our business pages, whatever system you use to work your business. That is how we are going to further our business, is by booking parties. So everything in our business stems from booking the parties. Would you agree, Trisha?
Yes.
Okay.
I like to say that bookings are the heartbeat of our business, because without them, you die.
Yes. And when you're not,
you don't have commission, you don't have any kind of recruit leads, you don't have future bookings, you have nothing. So without having a simple party to start from, you literally have nothing.
And that is why I will say never take the time off of trying to book parties. Even if you are comfortable with your show schedule currently, I have made this mistake in the past where I'm like, okay, no, like my schedule's good. Like this party, I'll just let slide. I don't need to book any more parties. That is a huge mistake, because if you let one party slide by, that could be the party that you booked 5 off of, and the next 3 parties you have, you could end up booking nothing off of those. So always, always, always get it in your head to book throughout every single show that you have. I can't push that enough, because I have been there and I've made that mistake, and I have started a month with 0 bookings on my calendar, and then you get stressed, and then it's just a rush to get these bookings, and it's not fun. And then when you lose the fun in your business is when you're like, why am I doing this? But it's so much fun when we have all these parties on the books, right? It almost gets addictive. I don't know if you guys get addicted to like booking parties and checking your email for those Pampered Chef notifications, or you're out to dinner one night and all of a sudden you're like, I'm not even working my business, but I just got 5 emails. Like, how fun and how exhilarating is that to be knowing that you are living your life and you're not at a 9-to-5 job and you are still making money and you're still furthering your business? I don't know. I do that, and I'm like, I'll be out on a date with my husband and I'll be like, oh, my phone just went off, and I'll look down and I have like a couple email notifications that people have ordered off of parties, and I just look at my husband and I'm like, how amazing is this? We are out to dinner, we are on a date, and I am making money from my phone or my computer. Like, it's just a light bulb aha moment for me. So I just thought I'd share.
How many of you plan to join us for the bookings training on Monday? I should see everybody's little hands. So Danny and I are going to start what we're calling Meaningful Mondays. And we're sharing this with you because you are our leaders in the making, right? You are those that we see insane potential with. You are showing that you want more from this company, that you want more from this business, that you want more for your life, for your goals, for your family. So we are trying to give more to you to be able to help you achieve them and hit those goals quicker and easier. So the bookings training on Monday is quite literally the very tip top of a giant iceberg that is coming your way, of things that are going to make training new consultants easier, having scripts for bookings more accessible. There's just a slew of things that we're working on to try and help you guys be able to feel more comfortable with your conversations, feel more comfortable turning into leaders. Because I don't know about you, but when Kristen told me, like, oh my gosh, you can become a director, you just need 5 people and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I wanted to throw up. And I'm like, I am just starting. And you want me to like teach other people how to do this? What is wrong with you? And I did not fast track. I didn't. That was at the time not on my want list, but it scared me thinking about leading other people and running this business from a leadership standpoint. Is anybody ever like worried about that? This is a safe space. Danny loves it. She loves it. I am comic relief. For reals though, it can be a little daunting, but one thing I don't ever want you to do is let that fear like eat you up and slow you down from working towards what you really want. We are here for you to help you get to where you want to be. I mean, one day, one of you might surpass me or Danny. You're going to have to try really hard. But I say that with so much love. But you could do it. You totally could, because this business can be for anyone. And this is kind of the new thing that I've kind of started telling people, especially when talking about the business. So they kind of are, how many of you have been asked if this is a pyramid scheme? Has anybody ever been asked that before? Does anybody know what a pyramid scheme is? Okay, so technically they're illegal. They are illegal in the United States. What it is it's an entity where people can give you money. You give someone money and they give you a promise to make more money. Like, there's no products exchanged. There's nothing to it. It's literally just a system of people giving you money. Like, it's illegal. This business is not a pyramid scheme. It is technically multi-level marketing because there are different levels, right? Directorship, advanced, senior, blah, blah, blah. But I explain people that our business is just like any other business, right? They're in a regular business like Target, because it's my sole store. There are CEOs and CFOs and managers and general managers and cashiers and box boys and whatever, right? There are different levels of a company. We're just like that, right? We have consultants and senior consultants and team leaders all the way up to national executive directors where the freak of nature Kristen lives. There are different levels. The difference between it is you don't have to have some fancy degree hanging on the wall to be the CEO of Pampered Chef. Anybody can be up there. The only person that's going to tell you you can't is yourself. There is no person saying, well, this person's more qualified than you. There's nobody that is going to stop you from being the CEO of your own business. So if you want that tip top of the company, if you want to be paid to travel to home office all the time, if you want to come to Hawaii and Florida and Mexico and all the other places on vacations, you can have those things. There's no limit to what this business can do or be. And that's a lot, really like a turning point for a lot of people, is they don't realize that Kyla, who is just starting out, she's a brand new consultant with me. She could surpass me in this business. I could hang out at advanced director forever, and she could go on to be the next national executive director. There is no limitation. There is no, well, you can't get above me. I can't, I'm always up. You know what does that make sense? Like, there is no, I'm here and you will always be below me. Like, there is always room for growth and success. So I just want that you to sit with that and just know that the only limitation you ever set on yourself, especially with this business, is yourself. Nice little coffee tangent this morning.
Do you guys see why I love her? She's so much better with words than I am.
I just don't stop talking, and I think it's a problem.
It's okay. We'll be your support group. So for the last 10 minutes, I kind of want to open it up a little bit. I hope you guys have questions. I hope you guys, maybe you have something you want to share. Are you excited about anything? I'm kind of staring at one person on my screen. Her name is Anita. She's a rock star, and she's probably going to promote this month, right? This month's your month. Yes. Do you want to share with us, Anita, how excited you are and what you're looking forward to this month and when you're going to do it? And let me see if I can unmute you, or can you unmute yourself?
Oh, good.
Oh, there we
go. So what am I'm so excited just to be able to help my team get more excited. I don't think they understand like the amount of training and stuff that's going to come once we hit a directorship team. And I'm just really like trying to focus on getting them excited about their business and kickstarting it and moving forward. So I have the team. I just got to get everybody fired up and excited to, work towards this together. It's not just me that's going to be doing it. And I think like getting them excited about and helping them understand about what's going to come from it is really important. So that's kind of where I'm at. And hopefully, right now I'm reaching out to them about the bookings training on Monday. And I think that could be a big help for them, and really just trying to figure out like training for them as individuals as well to get their team started. Yeah.
Yes. No, I love it. And you hit the nail right on the head. Like, I think sometimes we like don't even focus or realize how simple it is or how simple it can be to get people excited about their business. Because look at it this way, with someone who comes right on board and they're like, well, I don't have anybody who's going to host a party, they're probably not going to be as excited about their business, right? But if we give them the training and the resources that show them how to book the parties and how to do it well and how to keep doing it, that is going to build their excitement about their business, because they're going to be like, oh, okay, so I have the support, I can do this. And so when you're bringing new people on, even if you yourself are not confident yet enough to do the trainings and do all that, that is why Trisha and I are here doing the work that we're doing, so that we can make our systems replicatable for you guys and to make them easy and replicatable. We want you guys to be as successful as we are and all can be. And Trisha's raising her finger right now. So what?
Let me just say, I do want feedback from everybody.
Yes.
Like if you see something, you're like, yes, I love it, I want more of that, give me more. And then if you see something and you're like, no. Like granted, I'm not going to take every single person's, like if there's like one no and a million yeses, sorry person that says no, I'm going to be like, go eat some ice cream and find some happy. But majority rules, right? Like I want to make the most people happy. I can't make everybody happy. I am not Willy Wonka. But we can all kind of help everyone to the best of our abilities. So if you find something that you love, please share with us, because feedback is key. Like especially like my newer consultants, I am kind of putting them through a newer training. Like Kyla is going to be very sweet and go through training twice, because I'm doing a video training plus phone calls to kind of see like what works better for those that have crazy busy schedules. Any and all feedback is always welcome. Always. Just find a nice way to do it if you're going to be not for it.
I am so happy I start my Saturday mornings out like this.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. Okay, does anybody else have like questions or anything they're excited about this month, or anything they were excited about that happened to them last month? Like anything. We love all the sharing.
Is there anything new anybody would like to hear or learn about or train, like anything that people would like to learn, like get more training on this month? That's something that I would like to know.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi guys, it's Amanda.
Go ahead.
I would love to learn how to do the squee parties. I know that we had talked about that at some point to kind of do like a little training on how the squee parties work. And yes. Also just kind of a little training on the templates. So this week I tried to make my own template, and I was like, I'd call it like a 60% success, but it took a really long time. And so maybe there's some shortcuts or, some tips that you guys have that make that process not so daunting.
Well, let me just add, Danny spent like 6 hours the other day doing templates. So Amanda, are you doing Post My Party?
I'm working on it. Kaylee's helping me with it.
Okay. So let me just put this out there, that once you get into Post My Party and you find a flow that works for you, it's really easy to just swap out pictures for games and product information, because once you have a system, so say Monday is like all about breakfast, right? Like you can just swap out product information and the picture, or the game and like what they're guessing on. So it gets really easy to be able to swap those things in and out to be able to make new templates for the month. Unless you're like starting from scratch, like starting completely over and you're wanting to try something new, being able to build off of something that's already working is really easy to kind of just swap things in and out to like come out with new products. Or if you are like having the same people over and over at every single party, I like to try and have between two and 3 different templates each month just for that reason. So if I see, you know, the same people are attending the party, I can swap those templates out. But once you get going, it's pretty easy to just go in and make those little tweaks. Squee. I'm really wanting to get going with Squee. It's a little daunting for me to add one more thing to my plate just because we're trying to build so many things. I know that Kristen has a really great information Evernote on Squee, and I can send it your way if you would like. She does a really great video on how to set it up, and she has a template and everything for you to use. So if you would like, if anybody wants that, I can send it your way if you're interested in doing Squee. And Amanda, you and I can look at it together over Zoom if you would like later this week.
That would be really great.
Okay, we'll chat after this and we'll find a day that works. And then I know Anita had her hand up too for more trainings. What did you want to say, Anita?
And so did Lisa, just so after Anita.
Okay.
So I'm just curious, with your guys' new consultants, do you provide them any sort of training on Post My Party? Like, I'm struggling a little bit to, like, I myself just kind of jumped in and went on Post My Party and did their trainings and stuff like that, but I'm really like self-motivated to do that, and that's the easiest way for me to learn. But that's not the case with some people. Like, they need to be walked through it. Do you guys help your new consultants if they want to do Post My Party?
I always offer to do a Zoom, but I am also considering doing a training segment specifically on how to set up Post My Party. And then I always offer to give everybody a template to start out on Post My Party, because when you send a template to someone who has a Post My Party account, like Danny just sent me a template. So what you do when it arrives is you literally take the information and you copy and paste it into the box. All the other pictures copy over, so that way you would have a base template, kind of like I was sharing with Amanda. So that way, Kyla, yeah, we'll chat about that. So that way, moving forward, you can take that information and just, like I said, replicate it. So that way, you know, you pull out this game, put in this game, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, I had personally been thinking about doing a Zoom just because for me, I do 6 to 8 parties a week. Post My Party is the only reason I have a life of any kind. Yeah. And if that is your kind of goals, I mean, beyond 3 parties a week, I think that is the only way to function as a person. So, yes.
We also, Anita, I will tag you in our page. I'm pretty sure I have one that I've done, a Post My Party training video. I'll have to find it. I don't think I have it posted in our units, but I can find it and I can tag you. But I would like to do another one, because the one that I did already had a few things missing that I wish I would have added in there on perks of it. Because in Post My Party, you have like a library that you can save. Like, say we send you a template, you can copy all the posts into the library. And so every time you're building a new template, you can save the posts in there. And then say 2 months down the road, you're like, oh yeah, what was that post that I had in this template? Like, I kind of want that. You can go to the library and just add it directly into that template. So they make it really easy. I mean, a lot easier on us. And I wanted to say, Trisha said I spent 6 hours on templates the other day. Do not let that
Oh no, don't let that freak you out.
So she
built like different ones for different things. Yes. So no.
I had like 3 or 4 templates that I was working on that specific day, and that was my goal for the day. I sectioned out that amount of time to work on it. So it wasn't that it was just like I spent 6 hours on a template. Like, no, I was working on tons of templates. So
I apologize for that. Yeah, don't let that freak you out.
Okay, I know Lisa had her hand up at one point. Let me unmute you. Maybe. Can you unmute you? There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I am actually doing a Squee party tomorrow. And I have to say that it was, I struggled with trying to figure out what products to showcase in that amount of time. Do I want to go big products, the expensive stuff like the quick cooker and the pan sets, things like that? Or did I want to go a bunch of the smaller items that might not be so intimidating for a guest? So I found it very, very, it was difficult. And then trying to navigate putting games and polls and stuff in it to kind of make it fun and not just a bunch of product being thrown at you. I'm just grateful that the party is with a really great friend who is doing it so I can learn it. And she's not on Facebook, and so she keeps wanting to do a party, and we're just trying to find a way to do it for her to do it. So we decided to try this. So basically, I just did the Toy Story stuff, the quick cooker, like the measure all cups, I just tried to intertwine a bunch of different things. It's really cool because you can set how long you want each segment to kind of be there for them to see, like 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You can have videos. I put a bunch of videos in there. So I did a video and then a picture with the description of the product after it. So that way they could see it in action and then kind of read what it was about. And then I threw in some polls like, would you like to book a party? Are you interested in the information about the business? And it is exactly 1 hour long. And so I'm hoping it'll be decent. It gives you an RSVP code to give your host so she can give to her guests. And if I understood right, if they're not able to attend live, it's recorded and they can just put the RSVP code in and watch it later. And then we left the link open for 2 days so they could go back and order on her party page through Pampered Chef. I have actually had 2 things. So there's that. I just want to kind of throw that out there. I'll let everybody know how it goes, and then I'll kind of tweak it and see. My second thing is I am really struggling with the Google Forms. So my PIC works for Google, so she made one for me. I can't get any interaction from it. Like I posted it in my last 2 parties, nothing. Nobody filled them out. Nobody participated in them.
Are you offering a giveaway for filling them out?
Yeah. It was a raffle, yeah. For everyone who filled it out would be entered in a raffle at the end of the party. And I posted it twice in the parties.
Are you doing it the same day?
No. So
I do mine the same day at 2 different times. So like
okay.
Wednesdays are always like, I call it giveaway Wednesday. And so in the morning and in the evening, I share that form. And so that way they're seeing it twice in one day at 2 different times. So that way those that are going to work and see it, maybe they forget and see it at night, or maybe those that are getting kids off to school didn't see it in the morning can see it in the evening.
Okay.
Are you running in groups or in events?
Groups.
Okay, so that again may be a reason that they're not seeing it is because if they're commenting on other posts, see how that one that was just posted in the morning is getting lost in the jumble of the day. So that's why I do it twice in one day. Really quick before it leaves my brain because things don't stay long in there. In regards to your squee, an idea for like building a template next time is have you done both the trainings to have full access to marketing imagery?
Yes.
Okay, so we get those like the summer templates or whatever that home office gives us. You can always go in there and use the products and the information that they share in there to build a party for an hour long. So that way you have a good mixture of big and small products, but you have kind of a storyline, if you will, to follow. So that way you're not like, crap, what do I like? That kind of just like was like a light bulb moment while you were speaking is like, you take that summer one because it has all the new ones, but like you could take it and share like a recipe that was shared there, or like some of the power tools, and then what I call the mini but mighty tools. So like the mini, like the measure all cups or whatever, but they all kind of make sense together, but they're all used for different things. So if you're struggling to find which products to use, I would just go to one of those like packs that they already have made and pull from those to be able to have that as a resource for information and for pictures and product information. So you're not like, well, what do I say? Because they even give you a script with words if you've seen that, for you to be able to copy and paste that information too.
I might go back and redo it today, because you can move things around and redo it. So I might, since it's not till tomorrow night, I might just go back in there today and kind of do that, because I want it to be successful. I don't want it to just be a learning experience. I want it to be successful for her and myself, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my thing. I was just like, I don't know how to make this fun. And you can't preview it, so you don't know what it looks like, what they're going to be seeing. So that was a little daunting too. It's just like, oh my gosh, what are they going to be looking, what is it just going to be like a picture of a thing and then it's just going to slideshow through, or is it going to be fun and kind of, like wooing at you with colors and stuff. So I'm a little nervous, but it might be a good option for those people that aren't on social media. So
I will say Squee. So I've been part of a secret pilot program for Squee. I kind of let it get away from me because I had so much other things going on that I just kind of put it on the back burner. But if you guys are super interested in Squee, I will dive right back in and get all the information I can out of it. Hi, Andy. I saw you try to sneak in the background.
We had a power surge. I'm like, what happened? Everybody's like frozen and you all had really funny faces. I should have taken a picture.
But anyway, so the Squee, the great thing about, so there are perks, and in my mind, there are pros and cons with Squee. Squee obviously is anywhere from a 45-minute to an hour platform where you're online with your people interacting. I've heard that these parties will get a ton of sales. Like the sales on Squee parties have been outrageous. The host coaching though is going to be super, super, super key for it as well, because if you do not have those people online at the time of the party, yes, they can come back, but it's not giving them the live fun aspect of it. Templates are shareable. You can get templates from people and then just tweak them and make them your own. So that is an option. I actually got a template from Kristen, who I've been trying to work on tweaking and doing my own thing. But like I said, I had so much other stuff going on that I kind of put that on the back burner because it wasn't as important. But if you guys are saying that Squee is an important platform that you guys want to learn and you want it rolled out to you guys, I will 100% dive back in and do everything I can possible to make it successful.
Is that something that everybody kind of wants to learn?
I personally can get way more parties on my books if I do Squee versus a week-long Facebook party. So
Plus,
I would really like to kind of dial it in and really make it work.
Okay.
and from what I know, like, this sounds really awful, but Facebook is kind of like the old person thing now. Like everybody is kind of shifting to Instagram. That's like the new way of social media. So in regards to doing parties, I think that this is something that could be really beneficial. So Danny and I can definitely work on a really good training platform for Squee. And in fact, if one of us or both of us were to get a Squee mock party put together for us to be able to demonstrate everything, for you to be able to experience that, is that something you guys would be interested in attending?
Yes.
Okay, so Danny and I will talk about that. We'll get you a date, but we will start basically sending you guys messages as though you guys were guests in the Squee party. Because there is a certain way that host coaching, like Danny said, has to happen to prepare everyone, to give you enough notice, blah, 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 blah. So we will kind of, I think that there's a lot of different avenues that we can open up to help everybody be more successful, from Instagram, like Amanda said, to Squee, to building more on Facebook, to all the things, because Facebook has a cap on how many friends you can have. They have limitations on so many things, that the way to go is going more towards Squee parties, because an hour long, I mean, who doesn't love that, right?
I will say though that I do have people out there that would prefer the week long because they don't have time to sit down for an hour. So I wouldn't say just give up on Facebook.
No.
They do a mixture of both. Vicki, Squee is just another platform. It's basically just a party platform that has been created that is specifically for parties. It's not like a new social media or anything. It's a party platform that someone has created. And Lisa, I believe, I'm going to look on my account, but I believe there might even be like a tutorial section on Squee that you could like watch videos and do all that. So I would highly recommend that. Squee does cost money each month though, you guys. So it's not a free platform. So, but
you get 2 weeks free and then it's $20 a month.
Yeah, and don't quote me on this, but I believe, so the whole point of the Squee pilot with Pampered Chef is to hopefully roll out something that Pampered Chef will provide for everybody on Squee. I don't know if everybody will get the discount access code like we did, but if that's a possibility, like I'm only paying $15 a month for it, but that's because I'm part of the pilot program. So I don't know if that's going to be available to everybody, but if it does come out, then obviously I will be sharing that code with everybody.
I have a code for $5 off. When you sign up, you get a code for $5 off anyone else who wants to do it. So if anybody wants to try, I do have a code that would make it $15 after your 2-week trial.
Okay.
And then Post My Party, for those that don't have it, that are interested in doing it, it's also 2 weeks free and then $9.95 a month. One thing I do want to say, because everyone were like, well, I don't want to spend money, on all of these different things. One qualified party would pay for Post My Party every month. One qualified party from Squee would pay for Squee every month. And in the big picture, if those are going to get you more parties and more access to more income, that's a small drop in the bucket to the big ocean of what could be. And those things are all tax deductible.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah. So we need to do a training come November-ish on taxes. I already have that penciled in for that time. But all these things are all tax deductible. So make sure that you're keeping track of all these little things that you're paying for each month, because come tax time, that all is deductible from your income that you're making. So don't ever be like, oh, well, that's a lot from this and this and this. It's tax deductible, and it's all beneficial in the big picture as long as we have those bookings going and that business flowing. So does anybody else have anything else? I feel like we have some really good notes. Like I said, you guys are our leaders that we're working with to try and better everything. So anything that we can do to make things easier for you, to make things better for us as your directors, we want to be able to be part of that. So anything else from anyone?
Yeah, it's Amanda. I just have one more thing to add. Last week's challenge of going live on Facebook.
So proud of you.
I was so nervous, but there's one thing I learned that I just want to share. If you have multiple parties going on, don't mention the host name, because then you have to film it 10 times with everybody's different names. Because I listened to it and I was like, oh no, I can't post that to Alicia's party because her name isn't Jess. And so next time I'm just going to do one straight through that doesn't say I'll thank the host but not mention their names, so then I can post it too. But it was really fun. I actually really enjoyed it. As nervous as I was, it was good, and I will be doing it many more times. So
one thing about going live is getting people interaction. So what Danny shared, I don't know if was it during a Zoom that you shared this about going live, how the notifications pop up. So when you go live in any kind of platform on Facebook, everybody's notification pops up, and there's a little window down on your computer screen. I'm down here, you can see me. So down in your little screen, that shows a picture of you doing whatever you're doing. So if anybody is part of that group, they're going to get that notification in that little video of you demoing whatever you're doing. So I know it's especially for me, when I have 6 parties, that's 6 different lives I would have to do in a week. but spread it out. You don't have to do all the lives in one day, but do like one live a day through the week in each different group. So that way you can say the hostess's name and make it more personable, because if someone pops on live, you want to be able to interact with them. So like if I'm sitting here and talking and you pop on and make a little comment, I can be like, that's so great, Amanda. I wouldn't want to share that in Susie's party when it was in Sally's party and there's no Amanda in Susie's party. You know what I'm saying? So I love that you went live in general. Like, I was so proud when you shared that screenshot. I was like, yes, proud mama moment. But going live in each individual group is making it customizable for each hostess, but it's also going to encourage that interaction and make people see you as a person and be able to interact with you a little bit more.
I will say sometimes what I do is I just go live from my personal page, and when you go live, you can actually share it to groups. And so while you're in the live, you can spend the first like 30 seconds just clicking share, and then share into the groups, and then start your live. And you don't have to make it specific to any party or anything. Sometimes it's fun to do that though. But I'll just like,
that.
Yeah, I went live making the Toy Story, I almost said Star Wars, Toy Story, tired guys, Toy Story pancake molds with my kids. And I just shared it in all of my current parties and everybody loved it. So everybody loves to see you as a person, like even on feedback on Google Forms, like people are like, I really liked the live video and the interaction that I got to see you and I got to see the product. So there's that. So I feel like we have gone 20 minutes over the time that I try to do these.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry, everybody. It's a little bit longer than normal. I promise from here on out, we're going to try to stick at 30 minutes because that's ideal.
I will set a timer. I'll set a timer. Vicki did make a point. If you do have access to Excel or anything like that, start making notes now of your expenses. So if it helps, like you could go into Google Document. If you don't have Excel, Google Docs is free, you guys, and they have Excel sheets out the wazoo there too. You can start tracking your expenses. So any kind of supplies that you purchase, any kind of like Zoom or Post My Party or anything that you're paying for, keep track of those payments every month. So that way come tax time, you can just go, here you go, accountant, do your job. And that way you're not like trying to scramble last minute and find all the things. That was my goal in January. It is now June and I have not started anything. So there is that.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to, in the meeting, we're going to cap it. We're going to stop. But I, at the beginning of the meeting, said we needed a code word for the end because I did record it just because I messed up last night. So the code word is pineapple. So weird, but it's pineapple. So for everybody who's watching this as the recording, will have to tell us that word to prove that they watched the whole thing. And I apologize again that it was so long. But
I blame her pineapple-themed hotel room for that.
I'll tell you after this call why the code word is pineapple, Trisha. It's a total inside thing for me. I just won't waste anybody's time on it. Okay, so we will see you guys next week, but we will also chat in the Rockstars on the Rise group chat. And me and Trisha will post some stuff for you guys to do this week. Bye. Bye.